once. Well, you move the camera.
Oh, fuck.
Now,
Okay, move
everything
it
is
goes
ruined.
back. Put a little to the right.
That way?
Right. Your other right.
Oh, right. This way.
Okay. Maybe back a little bit more. You had one damn job, Vern. I think that's good. I can't see on the actually go a little bit more to the left.
My left?
Yeah, your left.
Just shimmy.
A little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, I think you're good.
Had one job, and I screwed it up. This is why actors don't touch equipment.
Let that be a lesson to all you people out there. Never let this man around a camera. He'll fuck your show up.
A destructive force.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Cosmic Brew Review. I am DJ.
I'm Vern.
And today we have a very special guest with us. I call him my partner in crime. He helped start this beautiful cosmic octopus land that you now enjoy. His name is Todd.
Hi everyone, I'm Todd.
What are you?
I put my phone already. I know I'm gonna need it later, and it's just something that I do.
We're on a show.
I know.
We're recording.
Time is money. I'm gonna point to my wrist and I won't wear a watch.
But we're not getting paid. We don't get paid to do this. We do this for fun.
What? I'm not getting paid for this?
You guys aren't.
You get paid in love. How's that?
Aw, that's the best payment ever.
Paid in hugs.
That's the second best payment.
And I mean the little juice drinks.
Oh, well that just bumps it up to the first step.
Product placement.
We're not endorsed.
Wow.
When war ravaged the earth, the gods created us. I will fight for those who cannot fight for themselves.
Wonder Woman.
What are you?
You will soon find out.
Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX 3D.
So basically the rundown of Wonder Woman is, of course, the Amazon princess, Diana, wanted to go to man's world to help out mankind. So, do I really want to say just that, or if I give it away?
That's
Because
I think you pretty
That's
much
it.
got the gist.
I think that's just the gist of it. But
woman on an island,
yeah,
superpowers, helps mankind. There you go.
that's pretty much the
it,
premises.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing much more to it than that. It's pretty straightforward.
There's some punching.
What I liked about it is the storytelling, pretty much. The storytelling when they started out was just basically an intro. Like, you're wondering about how Wonder Woman came to be and how Amazons came to be, and they give you a brief story on it. And I really like how they told that story. Like, she opens up the book, and the little girl's like, oh, it's just like, I love this story. And it's like, this is great. So it's just, I'm going to tell you this story, and it tells you about the gods and everything else and what happened to them and how the Amazons came on the island.
And the animation in that part was excellent. It very much was like a Baroque painting of Greek mythology come to life, and between the not gonna lie, I was kind of falling asleep in the beginning of this movie. I had a long day, so
I was wondering if you were going to say something.
yeah, I'll admit it. I had a long day, so in the beginning of this movie, I was kind of more or less.
What's up the movie's fault? It was a good beginning.
But I got everything I needed out of the beginning of it. I got the gist of it. But that was one part that I do remember. Just the visual of that animation I thought was really cool. Something I haven't seen before, and I really liked it.
Yeah, the style of it. Yeah,
it
was great.
The style of it.
And I love Greek mythology, so I thought it was great of how they presented it, and then. Because it was like, I was like, oh wow, they're gonna it's almost like Harry Potter shit.
It kind of did look like something. You are a wizard like a woman. It was a good origin too, because a lot of the superhero movies in general have that everyone's an origin story and it takes super long, and this one was kind of 10 minutes,
Right.
whatever. It was just kind of like,
Is that all it was?
it was something like that. 10,
It
15
felt like
minutes,
40
maybe.
minutes.
Maybe it was longer.
Like I may be the odd one out here. I think the stuff on the island, the training, although it was necessary to show. Not saying that it wasn't. I think some of it kind of dragged a little bit at times. I feel like they probably could have cut maybe 5 minutes out of it, and it would have made all the difference. But like again, what do I know? I was asleep half through it. But
But I also like in the beginning of how they show you how the Amazons train in their way, because
Yeah.
you see a lot of like different size women and
Yeah.
beautiful women.
Yeah. Hardcore stuff, too. Like,
Yeah.
they're just pounding on each other. Like,
insert joke here.
I'm sorry, we're all children here.
There is not a grown man here.
Nope.
God, they beat
Only.
each other.
Oh no! Please don't say they beat each other off.
But getting back to it, but like you said, yeah, they were training on each other really hard. Sorry, I know I'm just. But yeah, they
Just shut off the camera. We're done here.
What is this place? Who are you people?
We are the bridge to a greater understanding.
Right.
What did you guys think of as far as the character, like how?
The character herself. Wonder
Yeah,
Woman
the character. So, like from the when she. How she grew up, and she's all of a sudden she was kind of childlike,
Yeah.
like she was
Very, very fish out of water.
Right.
Is kind of the first thing I.
strong, wisdom, and yet she didn't have the street smarts.
Yeah. I never got like never felt like a connection to that character, and I don't know why. Like, I think they set everything up with her well, and her character is fine, but there's supposed to be there are moments where when you care about what's going on, like, and not gonna go into spoilers right now about certain scenes, but
At least not yet.
yeah, not yet. We'll wait for a little bit later.
We'll do that.
But there are moments where they set up like, oh, you should really care about, like, you really need to feel sad about what's going on with this character and what it's. And I never got that. Like, I never felt like the connection with her.
You felt more stuff with her than I guess about her. Whereas like you felt like, oh, these people are in trouble, someone should help them. Like you felt
Yes.
more of that compassion than
Yeah.
you felt for anything more that she was going through.
It's seeing the world through her eyes,
Yeah.
and what you as a person
You
would want
almost
to do.
related more to Steve Trevor than you did.
Because he was kind of the average man,
yeah.
and she's more extraordinary than a regular person. I mean, you kind of relate with the fish out of water, or like you said, the childlike stuff with her, seeing things for the first time, and it's almost like that loss of innocence that you see happen in certain points in this movie.
Well,
But
not to go into it deep, and I don't know how people are going to take this, but I think one of the things about Wonder Woman is that and I'm not saying I'm a woman, but you
heard it here first.
You're not, because of the era. And when she went into the room, and you see her when she went in, it was like, well, there's a woman in this room. It's like we can't discuss
Yeah.
things, and they're all quiet, just like they back in that era and at the time. There's like women didn't do those kind of things.
Yeah, they weren't that brash.
Right. But one of the only relatable things I think about it is that when she came into the world, she didn't know exactly what it was. She knew she had one job to do.
Yeah.
And how she had to do it, and I really can't say anything because it's really a spoiler thing. So I'm watch the end of the show. So, but she had one job to do. Like war, nobody wants war. Everybody wants to stop it. And if you had the power and the ability to do it, you want to go out there and you want to do that.
End it.
You want to end it. You want to nip it right in the bud.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's one of the relatable things, like that compassion, and even in the books, Wonder Woman represents she represents love.
Yeah, it's love and compassion are a huge thing in her character.
Okay. No, you may be talking me down off the ledge a little bit with that. A little bit.
Welcome to jolly old London.
It's hideous.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
So let's talk about the supporting cast. Let's start with Chris Pine's character, Steve Trevor. What do you guys? He was basically the street smarts
Yes.
for Wonder Woman. Like he was the guide for her into man's world.
He was very much her Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, it's like I said earlier. He was the counterpoint. He was,
and I shouldn't even say Obi-Wan Kenobi because she was a little bit more wise than he was.
He was
but-
the Han Solo.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, he was the Han Solo to her Luke Skywalker.
He was the Lancer character. He was
Yeah.
the opposite character to what she is, where she was innocent and naive, but still kind of strong. He was more street smart and a little more cautious.
Yeah, a little more worldly, but there
Yeah.
wasn't much he could do
Yeah.
to change anything.
His character was there to make her character shine a bit more
Yeah.
brighter by just being kind of the characteristics that she wasn't, he was. The characteristics he was, she wasn't.
But
Kind of like that. They did a good job of showcasing each other, I think.
and I think Pine did a really good job performing. His performance was really good.
Yeah, I
and
really
just being
liked
the
it.
kind of everyman sort of.
Yeah. Above average.
Oh yeah, above average. Spoiler. But yeah, like Chris Pine has never really disappointed me in any roles that he's been in. Seen him in a few things, but I thought he did really well in this. And out of all the supporting cast, and maybe we should segue, since we're talking about Chris Pine, into the group that they kind of assembled to go on this little journey.
Should I pull out the phone because it's like we had trouble with some.
If you want to look up their names really quick, yeah. But I'll just say they. I don't want to say that they were worthless. Were they non-sequential to the story or kind of superfluous to the story? Probably. You probably could have gotten the same amount of stuff done without those other guys there. I could think of maybe the only one time where one of the other guys came in handy, and we could discuss that maybe in a spoiler section.
Okay.
But
They're like support to the support.
yeah, like I kind of felt like they were just thrown in there to be like, well, we need this little team of guys of stereotypical.
We need a very ethnic, diverse.
We need a diversified ethnic.
Which they
super
were.
team.
Yeah, they were kind of diverse.
One was Native American.
Right, that was the chief. The chief was Native American, and he was there to set up. I think he set up a little story there too, about how he talks about when they discuss what she asked why are you doing this? Are you just doing this for money? Like she was really judging people on like who they were and what they were, but who they were and what they were wasn't compared to who they are.
Yeah.
If that makes any
Yeah,
sense.
when they had that little,
I can see that. Yeah.
they had that little bit about everyone's got their own little story.
Yeah, everybody's
got
fighting their own battles.
Yeah.
So because Samir,
Yeah.
he was the actor
Yes.
basically the con man.
Yeah, I liked his character,
Yeah.
actually.
He was the only one that really came into any use, really, throughout the whole movie. Like, Chief did at the
Chief
end,
kind
in a way, but it wasn't necessary.
Yeah,
They could have done it with, it could have been without it, but Samir was the one that actually, like, in order for Chris Pine to get into this place where he needed to go, Samir was essential to that, because it would have looked, there's no other way he was going to get in.
Right.
So yeah, that was the only one. The Irish guy was the one where,
Charlie.
yeah, Charlie he really didn't do anything. Like, I can't think of anything that he did.
I'm trying to think of something he did, and
the one time he could have came in handy, he actually failed.
Yeah.
So,
He sings so beautifully.
oh yeah, I can't forget about that.
Uh,
It's a reason to keep that team together.
your favorite name, Ida Candy.
Talk about fat shaming. I know she's a character in the comics. We looked it up. I had to look it up just to make sure. And she is a character in the comics, but still a large character in the comics. I mean, could they have picked a worse name? They might as well just called her like Fat Ass McSqueezy Huge Tits or something. I don't know. Like, goddamn eat a candy. Mr. Goodbar, have a fucking Hershey Snicker.
That's her
Mr.
ongoing boyfriend, is Mr. Goodbar.
She's dating Mr. Goodbar. Name aside, her character, the character was very funny, and I can't remember. Do you have the actress's name?
Lucy Davis.
Lucy Davis. She was really funny in the role, and there were some moments that got some genuine laughs out of me. So, yeah, it's just the name I don't like.
She kind of played like their home base kind of thing.
I could have named her like Patty Smatty or some shit like that, but eat a candy.
But look at this picture of her. I mean, compared to what she looks like in the show, she looks a lot bigger in the movie than she does in her profile picture.
So did she put on? Was that a fat suit she was wearing, or did they put on?
I don't know.
Did she put on weight?
Camera angles or something?
She's very beautiful. Well, the two villains, Ludendorff, played by Danny Hudson.
Okay.
Who is the main
He
man?
Is such a good bad guy.
Yeah, he really was.
He was a really good asshole.
You have a lot of these movies recently that have like the sympathetic villains and like oh they're this way because they're this way. This dude was like an evil Nazi. Like he was like.
Well, no, correction. He wasn't even he's not a Nazi.
Yeah, okay. He was. I'm sorry.
You're letting your German.
I'm sorry.
Prejudice get to you there.
He was an evil
German.
Yes.
Do we talk about the one part, or is that a spoiler? Because it's the one part that we liked.
I mean, we could. Okay, here's a way around it.
Okay.
The villain, the German guy, does a. There's a group of people in a room, and he kills them with gas as an example of what this thing can kind of do. I'm not gonna tell you who it is. He just kills some people in a room. But yeah, the one part you guys love in that, because it generally I was sitting next to these two in the theater, and I'm just hearing the, like genuine belly laughter coming out of both of them.
It was such a genuine
It was great.
evil part.
Yeah, it was so perfect.
It was like, and I won't ruin what he does, but he does this thing.
No, you go ahead and say it. It's not really a spoiler.
Yeah, it's not really a spoiler. But okay, basically what he does, and basically what he does is throw gas in a room and then give one person a chance to survive. And with the gas mask.
Yeah, he throws in the chemical that he was working on, the gas chemical, and throws in a gas mask, thinking one person's gonna scramble to get it.
Because in my head, I'm thinking, oh well, I guess one person's gonna survive, and there's like, and then then somebody reminds him, he's like, that gas mask won't work. It'll be right there. He goes, I know, but they don't know that. It
was beautiful.
It was great.
We need more just dick evil moves like that in any movie.
The only thing that kept that, the only thing we needed, I should say kept, the only thing we needed more in that was just a twist of a fucking mustache.
It needed a maniacal laugh.
Oh my god,
that was
like
the
funny.
next scene he needs to tie someone to a train track.
During that part that got me to laugh, it looked like he just took a huge hit of like cocaine, and he does it later on in the movie when in his fight with Wonder Woman. There's no spoilers there. Obviously, they're doing a fight, but he takes this hit of fucking like I call it super coke, but he just like right off his. It looked like he went right off of his finger, just. Oh, and it's like, my god, this dude's just snorting up while he's murdering people.
Yeah, because they never really explained what it was.
No,
the one of the other villains that we can get into.
Let's start, man. We might be wrong on her name though, but it was Dr. Maru, not Maro, like we thought.
Like we thought it might be.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's intentionally misspelled or not, but I don't see why it would be.
But they pronounced it Morrow in the movie.
Yeah, and Morrow. So obviously, me and I looked at each other like, oh, Morrow.
Wow, like that's a thing from a comic.
Yeah, that's a villain. So this could be.
I didn't know.
But yeah, as we talk
about. Have your nerd discussion. I'll be dicking around on the computer.
But she even getting back to what we were talking about before. She's like a chemist, makes all these different kinds of gases She makes like the altered mustard gas, and she makes the super strength gas, the super coke.
Super Coke.
And it seems a lot.
Like, we thought it was the blockbuster formula for geeks who know that, and which is basically
Leave a comment if you know what
Yeah.
the blockbusters.
which is basically the Hulk version.
Yeah,
It's their DC Hulk.
yeah, pretty
pretty
much.
much.
Yeah, it just makes the dude kind of Hulk out.
Yeah, and there's been like different versions of Blockbuster. So
Elephant in the room.
Elephant in the room. Yeah, we got two of them. Well,
And the best part is they work for peanuts.
that's peanuts, not penis.
I work for pizza. I work for pizza.
So, this movie feel
Assholes.
a bit like Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. I got that vibe. Kind of when they assembled the what was it you called it at one point?
The not quite howling of commandos.
The not so howling commandos.
Well, you called them the Super Friend. We were almost calling them the Super
Well,
Friends.
I thought Chief was gonna be Apache Chief. Like we were saying, I was waiting for him to yell a Nunchuck at one point. And like I would have lost my shit. Like I would have lost my shit if he was just a Nunchuck and he grows like 500 feet tall. Oh my shit! And if they would have played the same sound effect, like he just gets all big and shit.
I would have lost it if they had Ted Knight do the narration.
Oh my god!
But
But the whole feeling of it, I mean, it was a period piece superhero movie. It was, kind of someone getting adjusted to a certain kind of, like, world that way.
Riding motorcycles through some woods with some blue hue camera cinematography.
I kind of was waiting for Hawkeye to come out.
Well, I was sitting there waiting for Cap to come out in his fucking motorcycle at one point, because literally at one point, no joke, it does look like it's like a scene ripped right out of Captain America, but no, I can't deny that when I was watching it, but
Yeah,
it is kind of hard to not differentiate, but it is hard to escape that because both were kind of centered around wars, both dealt with Germany, both very American centric. Although this one was a little more English, Britain centric. But so give a little brief, how you felt about the movie, and give it however many brew shots out of 10. Because we're really corny and cheesy with that. So
Oh, we're doing that's a thing now.
yes, it's brew shots.
We're doing brew shots. Huh?
Brew shots. It's a cosmic fucking brew review. We're doing some cosmic brew shots.
All right.
I actually wish I could line up. Maybe we'll do that in the future. Actually, line up shot glasses on the table.
Yeah, and we'll
And
just
we'll actually-
how many we
however
like the
many we
movie, and then we
So
could
that
all
way-
be trashed by the end.
So that way, when we get into spoiler discussions, we can have a good, healthy buzz going. So Vern, we'll start with you at the far end of the table there.
All right, so I'm gonna say that I liked it. It had, I thought it had a great story. Like I said, I love mythology. I thought Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I thought
Gadot. I think it's Gadot.
Gadot. All right, Gal Gadot.
Gadot,
I'm
mate.
so sorry if I butchered the name. Wow.
He took it there.
I thought, like I said, I thought I understood. Love Greek mythology. I thought they did a great job. It's probably my favorite DC movie that they did.
Wow.
And I was prepared to go into this going in and hated it, but I mean, I saw the trailer and how they did the story and everything else. I loved it, so I'm gonna give it 8 shots.
8 shots out of 10. It's fantastic. Todd, you.
I really liked it. I agree with Vern. Best DC, at least of the newer movies, of this whole new shared world that they're doing. Probably the best. It was lighthearted when it needed to be lighthearted, and it was serious when it needed to be serious. And overall, it was a really healthy mix. You got to know the characters, you got to like the characters. Even the support characters that we were thought maybe they're here or there, you still like the characters in the end. and when it said villains you love to hate, stuff like that. I give it 7 out of 10. I would have probably given it like an 8 or something, but that Captain America thing is just, it's a little too much for me. So, yeah, 7 out of 10.
All right.
Final verdict.
Yeah, I'll give my final verdict. I'll have to start off with thank you, DC, for getting some fucking levity in your films. Holy shit. If this was another fucking soul sucker like Batman vs. Superman or Man of Steel or any of the Chris Nolan Dark Knight movies sans Batman Begins, I would have lost my mind. Finally, you're taking what's made Marvel successful right up until Guardians so far, is you're finally getting the point to adding more levity to these movies. So thank you for that right off the bat. The movie itself, I really enjoyed. The beginning, like I mentioned before, was a little slow. The Wonder Woman character couldn't fully relate to or empathize with maybe a little bit more or sympathize or empathize. It's one of those. And the characters seemed a little, not forced in there. Not the characters, the Not So Howling Commandos seemed a little bit kind of forced in there. The Irish one did absolutely nothing.
He was the captain. He was the Captain Boomerang of the group.
At least Captain Boomerang had some wit to him. I mean, this Irish guy had nothing. But I still really enjoyed the movie. I thought Chris Pine was great. I thought the villains were great. Well, maybe we'll get into the spoiler part with the one thing about the villain. But if I had to give it a score, I'd probably be right there with Todd. I'd probably give it 7 brew shots out of 10.
Well, sure, me the big softy.
Hey, I gotta be a little critical, but the 7 out of 10 is still really good. That's still above average.
Go see the movie.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Good. Like they all said, best movie that DC has put out so far to date.
In a long time.
Yeah, in a very long time. Probably even going back to the original Batman series, or at least for me, Batman Begins. And I say that even though I like Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. I didn't really care for Dark Knight Rises, but I thought Dark Knight was a little overrated. But all right, that's going to be it for us on Cosmic Brew Review today. Like I said before, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Check us out on Facebook at Cosmic Brew Review. And also follow us on Facebook at The Cosmic Octopus. And yeah, we'll have some new movies coming up. We were running through a list of them before, and looks like some good ones coming up. So we'll let you know what we got coming up. Maybe, yeah, TV shows. We got Mummy coming up. That Tupac movie's coming up. And got some trailers and got some video game stuff coming your way. So that's it. Peace out, motherfuckers. And go Cavs. We lost game 1. A little shaky, but we'll bounce back for game 2. And bye. You want to say anything, or are you just going to sit there?
I'm just going to sit here.
Say something.
It's my face that sells the channel.
And say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Good night, everybody.
All right. You don't have to go up.
You want to set the stage for this?
Normally this would be the end of the Cosmic Brew Review, but since the last show we did, there has been a personal hero of mine passed away. And his name, everybody knows the passing of Roger Moore, or Sir Roger Moore, who played James Bond in 7 films. And, it's one of those things that, kind of like the Carrie Fisher thing for a lot of fans, and for me personally, that, these are people you grow up watching your entire life. And you have that realization that, everybody's human, everybody's got to go at some point, but you never really... they're your heroes. You put them up on this pedestal, and you think that they're just going to be around forever. And so it came as it wasn't a shock that he passed away, because he was certainly up there in years. He was almost 90 years old. but it was still a shock, and my condolences go out to his family and his friends and anybody that he worked with. And I will be honest, he was never my favorite Bond, but I always enjoyed his Bond movies. He always brought humor, wit, and added a lot of class to the role. He was a very classy gentleman, and beyond what he did on screen, he was also a very, very big supporter of UNICEF, and he did a lot to help people in need, children in need, across the planet. And his life's touched a lot of people. So the world lost a really good guy when Sir Raj passed. So if I had a martini here for you, sir, I would raise it up for you. But an invisible one will have to do for now. I raise my martini to you, sir, and hopefully you are enjoying your R&R in the next life. So thank you and good night.